doubt about that. So wake up to your greatness. You can feel it.
What's up, y'all?
Just above your
great
stomach,
rising, great day.
a certain power, which scares you a little bit.
I got my green juice this day.
You feel yourself being pulled by it, pushed by it. You even
I had ginger shots.
But no matter what, it doesn't go away.
And now I'm doing the number 5 Buddha juice. What's up? What's up? Come in the room. Hey.
You get caught in your own head. What if no one gets it? What if they don't like it? What if I don't really have anything important to say?
I got some conversation for you guys today.
It's not life-changing enough. And although there's this continuous internal cycle, it's interesting to know.
Say what's up when you get in the room.
Cycle, which is an extension of you, it ultimately means that you're questioning yourself.
You were born for this.
There's no doubt about that.
You were born for this.
There's no doubt about that.
You were born for this.
There's no doubt about that.
So wake up to your greatness.
You were born for this.
Woo!
You to play bigger.
You were born for this. What's up, y'all? Say what's up when you get in. Hello, hello.
We're living in a world where people need to touch more, experience.
Y'all gotta go get this album and jam it in the morning, okay?
Shift their perspective more.
Go get it.
Be challenged
Go get
more,
it.
Stimulated more, think more, laugh more, believe
This is
more,
called
touch
Unleash
more,
the
flow more,
Artist
relax
Within.
more.
What's up, Barbara?
The world is looking at
The
you.
world is looking at you. Here we go.
You were born for this. There's no doubt about that. You were born for this.
Can y'all hear that? You were born for this.
There's no doubt about
Listen, wake up to your greatness. You were born for
There's
this.
no doubt about that.
You were born for
There's no
this.
doubt about that.
You were born for this. So wake up to your. Come on now. The world needs you to play bigger. The world needs you to be stronger. Woo! Live louder, yeah. The world needs you to play bigger. The world needs you to be stronger. The world needs you to live louder, y'all. Come on. You were born for this. You were born for this. You were born for this. So wake up to your greatness. Hey, wake up to your greatness. What's up, y'all? Wake up to your greatness. Hey, wake up to your greatness. What's up, y'all? Listen, I already have my coffee. Wake up to your greatness. Wake up to your greatness. Yeah. Wake up.
Wake up.
Woo! I love it. I love it. I love it. Listen, that's my single with my sister Regan. Listen, this is called Wake Up. I need y'all to go get that, download that, okay? You can listen to it on YouTube. Just go type in Unleash the Artist Within. All of the songs were specially made for you. If you're watching me, that means you are aware that you got something inside of you. It's not just what you see around. You know that something else is bigger, something is greater, and it's ready for you, and you just got to show up. What's up, Tyrone? So that album is for you. We created it for people who are unicorns like ourselves, who are aspiring and going after all of the things that have been placed on our hearts. How many of you guys know that you're not just this thing? We're not just this dirt bag that we walk around. Sometimes we put so much emphasis on the things, right? The things. When we are talking about our goals, a lot of times it is just physical things. And we just have to remember that you're not the things. Your greatness isn't attached to the things, right? And it's just funny because I've just been reminded of that so much lately. I'm like, I must need to have this conversation out loud. You know what's interesting is that when you think about how powerful, I don't think we think about how powerful we really are. And funny story, how many of you guys saw the Bobby Brown movie last night? I didn't, but I forgot that it was even coming out, but I saw it on my timeline. Everybody's talking about all the details. He said something about Janet Jackson, apparently. I don't know, I haven't seen it. But did you guys, yes, I am feeling better. Y'all, I was sick, okay? Let me just tell y'all how I got sick. And this is why I can't play with y'all. My family have been coming into town for 2 weeks. Gigi came last week before, it was my Auntie Tammy. I'm from the South. We like to eat, okay? Now, I'm back in Texas, not for good. Like, I'm looking for tickets to LA right now. But I just leased a place in Texas, so I've been here in Texas. And we like to eat. So let me just tell y'all how I can't eat stuff, but I love to eat stuff. So when I was growing up, I could eat like pork, I could eat everything. I've always had a weird stomach, but I never we black, so whenever I had a stomach ache, it was just like, that's a stomach ache. But come to find out, like, I'm really lactose intolerant. I can only eat like vegetables and like certain, like my body rejects certain foods, right? So I finally stopped, you know, I finally started eating clean. And funny thing is, I just been in this mood with my family. When I get around family, you want to eat good. I'm gonna get back to the subject in a minute. If you knew, I get off subject quite often. If that gets on your nerves, you probably won't like me. So listen, my tribe, they here. They following every storyline. We got 3 storylines on the table. The real you, how I eaten and got sick, and Bobby Brown. Pay attention. Now, here's the deal. I love y'all. I see the comments. So listen, my family came and we've been doing stuff like going to the Shell Shack and eating big old kitchen sinks of king crab and shrimp and potatoes and all that stuff. And I've been asking, when I go there, I get extra seasoning on the side so I can dip the crab into the seasoning, into the sauce. It'd be so good. Oh, I can't eat pork. I will literally die if I eat pork. I cannot. It makes me instantly sick. I start hyperventilating, sweating, stomach. I can't eat pork, right? So I don't play like that. But my daddy made some roast beef, and when you touch the roast beef, it just fell apart. Oh my Jesus, I just ate so much roast beef. And then we went to Papa Do's, and we had all this stuff, bread. I don't even buy bread. I told y'all, when I love bread, and bread is just like, it really loves me. So like, I don't even buy it to sit in my house because I will eat the whole loaf of bread. I've always been a bread eater. Me and my brother, when there was no food in the house, we used to ball up bread and make it like dough and pretend that it was like cookies or something, and we would eat it. I love bread. Okay, so I was eating a lot of bread, and I would get honey and put it in the butter at Papa Do's and stir it up and then dip the bread in there. And then I had like all this. So we ate and we ate and we ate and we ate. And I got sick. I got so sick, y'all, I couldn't even walk. Let me tell y'all something. Your girl was man down, okay? And so I just been in the bed. And obviously I needed to rest anyway. But really it was because I was eating like someone that I am just not. I cannot eat like that. My body doesn't like it. Literally, it goes cuckoo. So y'all know your girl was like best friends on the throne. Some of y'all gonna get that joke, some of y'all not. But it was man down. So obviously I had to go back to my real life way of eating because I just love to eat, but it doesn't love me. And it's so sad because I want to have moments where I can just eat. But anyway, that's that. So that's why I was sick. Some of you guys are saying, hope you feel better. Yes, I didn't have a cold or anything. Luckily enough, you hardly ever catch me down, like, right? And when I am down, it's typically because I ate something. I could not resist the flesh, and I ate it. Anyway, so that's why I was sick. So thank you for all your well wishes. I saw it on Facebook, and people was texting me and calling me, thought I was dying. Your girl was just sitting down because my stomach was towed down, okay? It was towed completely down. It took all the life out of me. I had to get myself back. You know what I'm saying? But that's all. Anyway, so that's that story. In other news, the Bobby Brown movie came out, and here's the crazy part. And this is what I'm gonna tell y'all. This is about to get to the subject of the real you. You guys say, what am I drinking? This is cucumber, fennel, kale, spinach, lime mint. It's really, really good. This is the Butter juice. I don't know if it's Buddha or Butter. I think they said it's Butter. Anyway, they're all over Dallas, and I really like them. So I get them a lot. You can give the glasses back and then give you a discount. So I just had Top go over there and get me a big old bag full of juices so I can get my life together. Although I ate Cane's chicken last night, I mean, it was just what I could do after I had just like been sick. I just needed some seasoning. So anyway, back to Bobby Brown. Now, here's the subject, the real you. Here's what I have always felt, even when I was a little girl. I've always felt like there was something inside of me that was way more powerful, way more abundant, way more amazing than what I saw. And I, even as a little girl, would always just resonate with that feeling, right? Anybody ever felt that where you were, even when you were a child and maybe y'all didn't have, you was broke or whatever was happening, but you just knew, like, and for me, it often appeared like these flashes of strength, of power. It came to me a lot when I would be taking a shower or when I would be in the mirror, because I always danced in the mirror. I still dance in the mirror. I'm not trying to be funny, but I walk past the mirror and be like, wait a minute. So when I was a little girl, I would always get these feelings, and it kind of, and I held on to them, and I grabbed them, and I never, you know, some people just like brush it off because they're so focused on their reality. I've kind of always lived in outer space. So when everybody would say we didn't have this and that, I always said, you know, like my mom always said I had champagne dreams. I always just held on to that feeling. And so I think that's why I've just been able to do some really cool stuff in my life and had some successes that I desired, even though they came through sandpaper, even though they hurt. I got to it eventually because I just always chose to resonate with the feeling that I'm just bigger, better, more than what I see, or than my body, or, you know, like I would watch TV and I would say, well, I'm like them, you know, like it's funny because people see things differently. Some people say, oh, we're not like the rich people. And I was like, no, I am. Yep, I am. Broke is a joke, but I am very much like them. And it's funny, the more I lean into that conversation, the more things would shift and change around me, right? And so a lot of times we relate ourselves and we see ourselves as the things that we have, or we say that we are, you know, we just put ourselves in a box. If you grew up in the hood, you just like to say, oh, I'm hood, this is my life, this is the way it is. No. Even when there was none. I remember one time we was at my aunt's house playing, and she had did this science project or something, so we had it was just like all my cousins, and she got the neighbors, and then they started shooting. And we had to drop down. Everybody just dropped down to the ground. And it was just funny because even my aunt now, I mean, if you look at her, she has a beautiful, huge home in Georgia. She just, Mercedes, all that stuff. She got all the stuff that she's always acted like when I was a kid. She always acted like it before she had it. She was living at my mom's house at one point with her kids. All of us was at my mama's house. Like this we grew up, you know what I'm saying? Making it happen, making it do what it do. And it's just funny to watch my aunt because, and I'm very much like the women who raised me, they work, right? And she saw herself as a certain way, and she just keeps aligning to how she really knows, how powerful she really knows she is. She has visions for what she wants, and she just keeps aligning, and life and the physical reality transforms around her as it relates to how she sees herself. And I'm talking to you guys about this because right now, I tell you, I've done this before. If I hold up, what is this? Don't say it out loud, but what is this? Right? You just answer me. You just answered me. You just answered me, right? Without me, and I told you don't say nothing, so maybe some of y'all said it before. Right, you manifest, right. And so a lot of times, I remember when I was growing up in the conversation of manifesting and the conversation of realms and different realities and dimensions would happen, you know, people in my church would be like, that's the devil. And it's not. That's stupid. Because here's the funny thing about that even saying that. Now, there are people who believe in evil stuff and yeah, that's real, but there's also good. Good is real. If good exists, bad exists too. So, and we're not here to live in fear. Okay. So here's the reality. The real you is the you that answered this question without saying what this is. I don't even have to say what it is, but I keep hearing the word go across. I just keep hearing it. It's like I hear it up in there. That's the real you. And until you tap into that version of you, we got some situations happening. Because what happens is you might see me, and most of you guys resonate with my energy because I have always naturally tapped into that energy, that thing that you're attracted to. It feels like even if the light wasn't on, like my energy is glowing because that's my being and that's the real me. So I get to control this and this body, right? But the real me is my energy. It's my soul. Okay, so when you actually understand that your soul is steering the ship and you listen to that and you literally can pour into your soul. Like, do you understand how powerful that is? Like if you even think about the fact that in the Bible, it says God was just like a matter. Like it wasn't a thing. It wasn't a body. It wasn't anything happening. And it was just like, I think it and boom, there it is. That's how powerful we are. How many people I think it's funny how we love to ignore one part and do one part. Like there are people who have literally healed themselves of every disease that they say you can't heal. How did they do that? These people went inside. It's an inside job, and the real you is inside. It's not your body. Although it's fun to shape and play with our bodies, these things are old. They sag. Something gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I could lose a limb, but that isn't me. Jesus was able to take a beat down of a lifetime, right? Because that wasn't him. The real him was not it wasn't the body. So do you understand the type of mental you have to be a human and be beat down to where flesh is ripped off of your body with every lashing? And literally, like, that's the sickest thing. If you ever watch The Passion of Christ, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of like, dang, that gives you a wonderful visual of what he had to endure. You can't endure that if you are if you are what we call us, if I am this body, because this body is gonna feel the pain. If I only focus, if I only relate myself to my looks, if I only relate myself to my butt job, the new craze, all these butt jobs going bad, looking like ants off that cartoon. Y'all remember ants? Let me go Google it. Let me show y'all what some of these butt jobs is looking like. Pause. Let me just show y'all. If you only relate yourself, let me show y'all this ants characters. Some of these butt jobs, y'all need to be very, very careful. In my Donald Trump voice, be very, very careful. It does not look good. I don't think it is great. We need to stop this. We need to stop. Look at the butts. This is what y'all butts looking like. Anyway, that's a no. But if you are relating yourself to a thing, some women walk in the room and they place their purse on the table and they think that that is their value. It's funny. The most powerful people are not, if you look at, it's because they have understood that it is the inside. When you harness the inner, real soul version of you, like when you tap into your soul and understand that that's what's bringing everything you see outside of you, then you become crazy powerful. Because the real conversation is not what's coming out my mouth. The real conversation is the conversation that you are having all the time. And it ain't what's coming out of your mouth. It's not the sound. It's what's happening in your heart. That's why everyone loves to get into the scripture. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So this is why you see people that gain all of the things and the successes in the world, and then they decide that they no longer want to exist in this world. Why? Because the conversation that was in their heart was actually right. You can be successful, you can acquire things, and you can have a lot, and you can look really good, but in your heart, in your soul, the conversation, it's what's really geared. So you could, some people, because they have a negative conversation, they know how to use that negative conversation as fuel to go and do something. And a lot of times it's in spite of, or it's to get back at, or it's to prove a point. That energy can propel you a lot of ways in high places. That's cool, right? But then when you're all by yourself, see, the real deal happens when you are by yourself. What are the words that you're saying to yourself when you are by yourself, when you're driving to work, when you wake up in the morning, when you are whatever? That's the conversation, and that's the you need to tune into. Because here's what I know is the more I tune in, the more everything around me adjusts, and I begin to manifest the reality that I desire. And it becomes a game. So when you see something that appears in your life that you don't like, see, this is the conversation a lot of people don't like to have, because it requires you to actually do some work. It requires you to actually do some work. and it's not pretty work. You gotta be able to hear and listen and be clear on, and that's why I love pen and paper. Hey, Remy girls, I love pen and paper because I can take these thoughts and this conversation that's happening and put it on paper, and I can talk to myself. And I can say, self, does that serve the greater version of you? And what I know is that the greater I get from the inside, the greater everything else gets on the outside. And so instead of me trying to go acquire the outside first, because that's what we do. That's what I did. You go try to get this and buy that and do this, and you think that's going to solve something, but it's not. We do it in relationships. Oh, if I get this man or this woman, then I'll be good. And then you get in that relationship and you look at them and say, well, I'll be damned. This sucks. Yeah, because you didn't solve the inner situation. The real you is the you that it's not the title that you have. The mom. I know so many moms who think it's cute to just say, well, I'm a mother now, so I can't get pedicures, and I'm a mother now, so you'll understand when you get a child. I'm sorry, there are plenty of examples that show me that I can be a mother, a businesswoman, get massages, have great sex, and be sexy. There are plenty of mothers that show me that, so I choose to align with them and not your story that you think you need to get an award for because you're the mother who doesn't get to have a life. No, no, no. I choose to not relate to that because what I do know is I get to have it all, and so do you. So as soon as you stop with the story that you think you get an award for, and start understanding what's happening to you, then your outer things are going to start aligning, and you're going to feel like you just walk and things just happen. And this is what Regan and I call the of course life, where you just go, of course that happened. Of course that worked out for me. Of course. Feel me? Feel me? Anyway, that was just my thought for the morning. That's our good tea. And I need to break it down even more because this is just really going to scratch the surface and it's going to leave you curious if you're not clear, if you haven't really thought about this. You guys are like, of course, I knew this. Duh, yes, let me read this. A good reminder. And some of you are like, well, wait, what? Because this is the real work. We have to understand that you are not the flesh body and that you are a soul. And your soul has desires, and your soul... Hey, boo. And that was me. Right. I really want to pop mothers that tell me that. I'd be like, I don't need to be a mom to understand that. And that's stupid. Guys, there's also common sense. There's some stuff people say you'll understand when you get kids. And I think that's BS. And I think that's a cop-out. And I think that there are examples. In life in general, all you got to do is look for examples. Okay, so to tell me that because you're a mother, you don't get to have... I just see examples of that not being true. Now, people who align with limited thinking will say, easier said than done, you don't know my story, blah, 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 blah. But people with abundant mindset, they say, well, although I see this happening, I know that there's more, so I'm going to, even though I'm experiencing this right now, I can't shake the experience because it's actually happening. So right now, I may not be able to go do X, Y, Z or experience X, Y, Z, but I'm going to align with the fact that I know it's possible. So it is, and there it is, and I'm going to say that that's mine, and it's done. And so I'm just going to align with the doneness of the thing that I desire because I am a soul, and you got to remember the power of your thoughts, the power of you inside, not you outside. We love to get dressed up. I can put on all the makeup, all the doodads, but the reality is I'm only as powerful as this. When I sing, I had to understand that there's a shift in singing. If you can sing and be totally like not attached. I can literally just be like, and the rockets red there, the bursting in air, da, 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 da. I'm making noise. It's a song tone. I'm singing. But then if I actually go inside and actually harness the real me, which is a soul. That's why we love Aretha Franklin. You could feel something. That is soul, honey. And that is like, it's like, people like to make soul. It's because they're singing from the inside. There is soul. It's soul. It's soul. Like when you singing with soul, you could say, what you want. You felt nothing, right? That's like, you felt nothing. You felt nothing. It's like, baby, I got what you need, I got. You could just be singing and it's just singing. But then you have somebody that, or for example, when you go to church and you have a song. Listen to this. And though she spoke no words, everything she said was heard as she poured her love for the master from her box of alabaster. And I come to pour my praise on him like oil from Mary's alabaster box. Don't be angry. Like, I start feeling emotional because that's from my soul. That ain't me, the outer version of me. That's in my soul. That's the end. That is the real me singing because I'm a spirit. And when you understand that, that's when you see somebody walk in the room. Let me tell you something. When Idris whatever his name is, Idris, that big old fine man, when he walked in the room, I felt him before I turned around. I literally was like, you just felt a presence enter the room. And I turned around. I ain't saying that was the presence of God either, because I don't know. I'm just saying there was a presence. I felt that was his soul. Some people understand that your soul is the thing. That's what people, when they get around me, people love to keep me around because it's my soul that they feel, because I'm here. And I just have learned, and that's just who I am. That's why I hide from people, because they will drain you. Because I am just myself. I'm clear and I've always been clear before I even knew. I just knew that felt good to just be me. The real version of me. Flaws and all. Feelings and all. Desires and all. A lot of people love hanging with me. Y'all say I'm random. Desires. Most people are trained to just live by the book, stay by the book. They're looking out the window wishing they had fun. I go have the fun. I follow. If I get up and feel like going to do this today, that's what's happening. And I just completely always align to my soul. And it's a practice. It's a lifestyle. It's a practice. It's not just, I'm just saying. So the more you understand, I like that. The more you understand, I don't want to understand. Because if I need to stand, and I need to stand from within so I can be powerful. So the more, I don't want to understand something. Let me understand. I understand. No. The more you understand, the more powerful you'll be. The more you'll I'm going to change that word. That's funny. The more powerful you will be. Overstand, understand, I don't know about under no more. We got to look. I'm going to Google it. But anyway, the point of the matter is, the more you realize that you need to look with your real eyes, which ain't these, the more you realize that you need to look with, that's funny how words are, they're such magic. Like you can literally, words are such magic. And you have to understand that you can study words and get breakdowns and deeper meanings that will literally blow your mind to where you don't even want to say certain words anymore. Like you'll be like, oh no, I ain't saying that. Because I'm not in mourning. So I'm not going to say great morning. I'm not in mourning. Mourning is like something you lose. And then on the weekend, because I'm weak at work and it's the weekend and now the week is over. So I can have a party now because during the week I am weak because I'm at my job. Like, no, like these words, isn't it funny how words are? And you just start to choose your language. We literally paint with our words. You will become so sensitive to where it's like you don't even want to have certain conversations. Like I just choose to be quiet online. I'm quiet because you're painting a reality. The fact that you can think about something that happened in the past and you can also think about something that happened in the future. How many of you guys have ever thought about something and you wished it come true and then boom, all of a sudden, like you're powerful. And when you understand that, and the reason why I'm saying inner is because you need to understand, like, understand. Jesus Christ, now I don't even like the word anymore. You get what I'm saying. Right? But the more you tap in and really be real with yourself, the more you can release, the more you can unleash. That's why me and Regan made this album, Unleash the Artist Within. Y'all need to get that. We dropping keys. And the beautiful part is that Regan is further along than me. You're talking about a multi-millionaire, brilliant, young queen, right? Like me and her are the same, but we're different, but we're the same. We have the same process. We're literally hanging out and we go through our processes for how we've accomplished our successes. And it's the same process. And I just instantly was on fire to co-create with her because I was like, look at you, look at me. We're from different backgrounds. We are culturally different, right? And we have the same process. And so I'm excited because that means I'm on my way to what you're doing. She's going to be completely on her way and we're just going to keep growing. We've got to share this with people, right? And the whole point is that everything starts with your inner. So we try to go do these things. We try to go get the car, get the house, buy the thing, whatever. And at the end of the day, you get these things. If you have the wrong mind and your soul isn't aligned, it's not going to work. It's going to come crashing down. Like the wall of Jericho. I don't know. The song is in my head. And the wall came tumbling down. We had to sing that when I was a kid. Anyway, moral of the story is you need to understand that the real you is not in this body. Oh, the Bobby Brown story. Okay, so Bobby Brown, and I'm wrapping it up. Here's what I was thinking about with Bobby Brown. And I was just journaling. And I think it's so interesting. Connect, not compete. Correct, Danielle. Yes, girl, that's what we did. That's my boo thing. Okay, so Auntie says live from the inside out. Right, Auntie? Shambi says understand. Y'all, this juice is really good. Like, it's not nasty, right? Some juices you just be like this. But not this one. Feeling from my feet to top of my head. Let me figure out how to get to it. Limited mindset, that was also me. Excuses, of course. Hey, Auntie. Some people don't realize the attention that comes with it's not the right attention because I had a buddy and plenty of people that wanted to talk to me because I had a buddy. Right. Yeah, it's very interesting. So y'all need to read this book called Word Magic. It's really good. Anyway, here's the deal. Y'all know I read a lot. I read faster than the average bear. So I'll be reading all these books and I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm not even gonna go there. Let's go to Bobby Brown. So here's Bobby Brown. Here's the Bobby Brown story. I saw everybody talking about it last night and I thought it was very interesting that since I was a child, my favorite singer, like I have a lot of favorites, my top 5, Whitney, who is Michael? Whitney, Michael Jackson, Aretha Franklin, Janet Jackson, Beyonce, like these are the people that I obsessed over as a child. Beyonce definitely at the bottom of the list. I literally stalked Whitney and Michael like this. And I loved Aretha because when I was singing as a kid, everybody always said, oh my God, you blow like Aretha. I grew up in church. Anyway, and so I would study her stuff and I'm like, oh, I can't hit her notes. And so I would just look at her music. But those are my top 5s, right? So here's the deal. When I was a kid, I love Whitney Houston, my favorite singer ever in the world, ever. So everybody knows this, who knew me growing up. And it's funny because I used to feel so, like I would just study her. I would study the show. I would always say, I want a show like Michael, but a voice like Whitney, right? That was my whole thing. And so I was just so obsessed. And I knew, like if I watch, you could pull up a Whitney video, it's probably one I haven't not seen. Like I just know all her stuff. Same thing with Michael. It's probably a show that, show me a show that I haven't seen. Like I just stalked them, especially when YouTube came out. And so I was just journaling last night and I said, it's funny on my timeline, lots of my Facebook family are watching the Bobby Brown movie last night. The fact that I sang at the Bobby Brown movie lunch party that BET had in this past July. So the Bobby Brown movie that came out that everybody was watching last night, I rocked the show at the party. Like literally random, walk in, go up to the band. And I didn't even know that, I just said I would go. Like I had no intentions of being there. It was not on purpose. I just literally was there, right? And I seen a band, I'm a singer, so I just want to jam with the band. Had nothing to do with Bobby Brown or the party. I'm not a Bobby Brown fan, so like, I could care less. no shade, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? It was just, we were there. And so we get there, and it's fun because I see the band, and I don't even care whose party it is. When I see the band, I'm going to the band. So I was like, I'm scoping out the place. Cute, it's very private. Not a lot of people, very private. BET executive, like the main lady, the main person who you don't get anything on BET unless it goes through her. I can't remember her name, but I just know that that's what they said when she was like, nothing goes to BET if it don't go through her. She was there. These women are nice, and they're Black, successful women. I am like, this is so cool. I'm literally hanging with these amazing women, and they're like they're just so sweet. And so anyway, again, you don't even energetically get to be in a space. You don't get to be in spaces that you're not an energetic match. You might be there, but you ain't gonna last. Something's gonna happen. It's not gonna work. So again, if you guys follow me, I've been telling y'all, like, you have to be an energetic match for things, right? And so when you're in these spaces, harness it. Be full of gratitude. Feel the energy and understand that there is no difference besides time and age and years, but you're as great as that person. Pay homage, learn what you can, and understand if they did it, then you can do it. Get excited, get grateful. So I was totally excited, totally grateful, and literally having a blast. So I go over to the band. I'm like, what's up, y'all? Because I didn't, the executives were hanging out, and I just kind of wanted to do the music, right? I really wasn't thinking. And so we start hanging out. I'm like, what y'all do? We kicking. So the band, long story short, start singing with the band, and we turned the party up. Everybody was kind of doing like the proper mingle, and they were like talking, and it was very, very chic and posh. We were in a loft, very much like this one. It was so cute, very modern, simple, chic, rooftop. It was just cute. And so I get on the mic, I start singing, everybody start dancing. Boom, turn the party out. I'm like, if I don't know anything else about me, when I show up, the party starts, period. It's just the way that it goes. But I'm probably, because that's just who I am. I love to entertain people. That's my service, right? So, get up in there, honey, and I'm chilling. I'm doing my thing. Everybody dancing. They're like, oh, snap. I got videos to prove it. So, everybody's having a blast. Turn the party out. Bobby Brown walks in. Walks dead up to me, and he takes the mic. Now, I ain't gonna comment on Bobby Brown. Takes the mic. He wants to sing Stevie Wonder. Cool. He sings Stevie Wonder. It was great. No shade, but I'm just saying. So, I mean, it's just the fact. It was like, oh, it's Bobby. It's funny how anyway, I'm not even gonna go there. So, Bobby does that, get back on the mic. We turn the party out. I mean, out. So we walking away, executives come. We're walking to the concert because we're gonna go see Janet Jackson. Ah, so crazy, I love Janet Jackson. So Janet Jackson gets there. I mean, we at the concert. And on the way, I'm fast forward, I'm thinking too fast. On the way there, they were like, we want to book you for the next party. And I thought it was so funny. They were like, yeah, your band is amazing, da-da-da-da. And I just was dying laughing. I was like, that is not my band. And they were like, what? I was like, no, I have a band. I can get you, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. I perform with the band, but that ain't my band. We have a huge band with horns and, lights and things. So, yeah. And so it was just funny because, and it was no shade to the band. The band was great, but it was just funny because they were like, that's not your band. I was like, no. They were like, you're lying. And they were like hollering. And I was like, it's funny how I literally, not on the invite list, get into this party with Bobby Brown, and it's very effing VIP, okay? And get on the mic, rock it out to the end, and then I'm face to face with Bobby Brown. Like, literally, he walked in the party, and face to face, and I was looking at him like, oh my God. I'm like this close to to Whitney Houston's ex-husband. Like, all I'm worried about is Whitney, right? And I just think it's funny because the little girl in me was like, all I ever dreamed and daydreamed about was Whitney Houston. Now, pause this story. The reason why it stood out to me was because that was such a close encounter. Of course, you can't encounter Whitney, she's gone, right? But I was just like, you're always right. You're always this close to what you can own, desire. What you always are this close to it, right? Like, Bobby Brown's a musician, I'm a musician. One thing I know is I'm a freaking bomb musician. Like I got great showmanship, period. I decided as a child that's what I would have, and that's anytime I'm on stage, I'm going to have the crowd. That's just the way that it goes, right? And it's literally the way that it goes every time, all the time. So much so that some people be like, if you're not gonna come and stay, then you can't come, because then nobody does it after you. And it's my energy people are getting. It's not that I'm the best singer, it's my energy. I can evoke the emotion, right? So I'm standing next to Bobby Brown. Like that's massive. That's still Bobby Brown, whether I care for him or not. That's Bobby Brown, who's my idol's ex-husband. I'm this close. Rewind a couple of years ago, I got picked from the internet to be Whitney Houston's hologram. How many of you guys saw the Tupac hologram? Y'all know these holograms they be having of people? That company is in Beverly Hills. It's Hologram USA. They found me on YouTube randomly and wanted me to come in because they were like, you look and you sound like Whitney. I was like, what? But then I already know that because I did a lookalike Whitney video. Look it up on YouTube. So, and the funny thing is people argue on it. My point is, it's funny how you can be, like in my mind, I knew that I had the capability, even as a child, to be as great as Aretha, as Whitney, whatever. Now, I used to be scared. Literally, I would never want people to say because every time I grew up, everybody would say, nobody can be like Whitney. There'll never be another this. There'll never be another whatever, right? So I shrunk because I was like, I don't want to, if I try to sing, because see, and I got a lesson for this for y'all who listening. I would always say to myself, if I try to be or try to do me, basically, and it doesn't work, like, oh my God, I was so scared of the comparison, right? That I never really went all the way, but I was obsessed. And so the funny thing is how reality plays with you and how the world is. You can be obsessed and you can literally create a shadow life next to, you'll be this close. The fact that I would have been the Whitney Houston hologram and literally they had all these girls lined up. When they saw me, they heard me, they were like, oh my God. And that's you singing? And I was like, yeah. They were like, you even know how to sing like her. And I literally was like, I still had this thing in my stomach like, no, not like her, but thank you. Like I never wanted, and everywhere I sung before this, years, people pay me. People would walk up to me and give me $100 to sing Whitney Houston. When I used to sing at the Del Frisco's and all those rich restaurant cigar bars, they would literally be like, sing Whitney and just throw cash. And I never, and when I went around other places, I always shrunk. Isn't that funny? So my point is, whatever you desire is already done and it's already like right there next to you. Just as sure as Bobby Brown was in my face. So listen, just as sure as they wanted me to be Whitney Houston's hologram for the Super Bowl, like I've had some of the craziest opportunities in a lifetime. And my mindset, I was always, and it's funny because you see me as positive Patty. A lot of people, Keisha, what? Oh my God, what? Yeah, but I was just, you can literally be scared to succeed. So some people are scared of failure. Me, I jump in. I'm not really worried about like failing. I knew deep down inside that I could do that Whitney job better than anybody that they picked. Now, they had some things they told me I had to lose weight because they was like, Whitney don't have a booty like that. Because the hologram, you have to like be shaped like her. And my shape was a little too much. So they had me go get fitted. They told me to grow out my eyebrows and all this stuff. It was just this exciting process. And Pat Houston. So once the process was done, I was literally going to meet Whitney Houston mama. I was like even now I just go, how are you this close to her family? Like that's somebody I'm obsessed with, obviously. And it's like mentally, so I always look back and go, what was actually happening? Mentally, I just couldn't believe, I was so scared that I was gonna mess it up. And then something happened with Pat Houston and she canceled the hologram, right? And then they tried to do it on The Voice. How many of you guys saw when they did Christina Aguilera and then that one person who didn't even look like Whitney? It was an epic fail, got bad reviews. They tried to erase it from the media real quick because it wasn't me. Maybe they'll still call me. I don't know. But here's the reality. It was an amazing experience. The company was extra, extra nice. It was just an amazing thing that if I could have met Whitney Houston mama, oh my Jesus Christ. That's all I was worried about. I was like, can I please be trained by her mother? Oh my God. That was my whole thing. But the funny thing is you are always in your way. The real you, not your body, not this stuff. It's how you talking to yourself. And it's the conversation that you really can't hear that is on repeat real low. That's why I tell you guys all the time, what song is really playing in the background? People got stuff up. I'm not keepable. Nobody wants me. Everybody tries to push me around. These are the songs that are playing on repeat in your soul, very, very low, so you can't really hear it. But what you see in your life is everybody pushing you around. You feel like nobody wants you. You always fussing about something, blah, 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 blah. You ain't got no money. Because the song that's playing very low in the background is, I never get to have enough. I never get to have enough. There's not enough customers. There's not enough money for the bills. Oh, there's not enough milk in the refrigerator. Oh, there's just not enough. I'm a mother. Mothers don't get, I have all these, I can't get to do all this and get to do all that. I'm just saying, what song is playing in your subconscious, in your soul, in your heart on repeat? The real you, that's the real you. And if you do not freaking study you, everybody worried about what everybody else talking about. I be listening to people, issues like, what? I don't even have all these issues. I don't care what you talk about me. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, honey. I sleep so fabulous. In the air conditioner with the fan blowing real good on nice white and big a bunch of pillows. I sleep so fabulous everywhere I go, darling. It's just fabulous. I am so not concerned with your opinions. And it took me a long time, and this is a continual lifetime work. The moral of the freaking story is, and I'm sharing you guys the Bobby Brown because it's like the Bobby Brown movie just came out, and I was at the launch party with Bobby Brown. That's crazy. But it's not. And as the more I understand that's where like when I went to the BET Awards, people was coming up to me trying to figure out, oh, they think they forgot my name or something. They should know me. And I was just cracking up because I was like, you put people on a pedestal when people are people and things are things and events are events and a car is a car is a car. An award is an award is an award. But me, the soul, I'm just powerful because I am. Period at the end of the sentence. And the more I own that I am, that's what Jesus was a gangster. Jesus said, I am that I am. I wish it was some emojis next to that. I am, and the clapping hands, and then the little voice, the little head that go like this. I am that I am. If you from where I'm from, you got that. Jesus was not playing games with y'all. And we get to roll just like that. People talk about Kanye West, but Kanye West thinks like that. There are people that we talk about. Muhammad Ali. So, and you ain't gotta be them, be you. But you better own the fact that you are. For so long, I hid my voice and I did other things because I just felt that, well, you know, I set the bar. The bar is Whitney, and everybody in the world says there will never be another Whitney, but I forgot that I'm not Whitney, so yeah, there's never gonna be another Whitney, but there will be me. There can only be one me, can't nobody. Listen, who know that song? Give me an emoji if you know that song. I don't need to be Whitney. It took me so long to understand that that's what I was telling myself. So I'm messing up opportunities because I'm trying to be her. Sounds creepy, but it's true. And I know I ain't the only one doing it, so you can call me crazy. You can say whatever you want to say. And I had to learn to say thank you when somebody says, oh my God, you sound like Whitney. When I wear my hair in a little fro and if I'm a little skinnier, they be like, oh my God, you look like Whitney. I had to learn to say thank you because what I used to say on the inside of my brain was, I would freak out. Don't say that. I had this whole process. Jeffrey, y'all nasty. Remy. So listen, the moral of the story is no, I don't think I'm Whitney. But I didn't even understand that that's what I was basically doing. The real version of myself was quietly saying, since you are not like this, then you need to just go do something else. Isn't that crazy? But we do it. So many hairstylists send me messages and they say, I'm not like so-and-so. And I say, but you aren't so-and-so. Good news. You don't need to be them. We can be inspired by somebody, but we are not that other person. We use other people's successes. Why am I yelling? We use other people's successes for testimonies. That gives us proof of concept. So can I be an amazing, can I be like a Whitney Houston? Yes. Will it be different? Yes. Why? Because we're different. It took me a long time, so long, but I had to listen to my insides. I was watching a video one day because I watch Whitney Houston for fun. I watch Michael Jackson. If you know me, I will sit up and watch YouTube all day long. I bought a TV. Yesterday, that 8-inch TV over there, it's because I want to watch YouTube. And I remember I was on the road 2011. I know where I was. I'm watching YouTube and I'm watching Whitney. And I'm like, man, and I didn't even realize the conversation on the inside is because it's just me. I'm looking at YouTube. I'm laying across the hotel bed and I'm watching Whitney Houston. And my conversation to myself was like, man, if only I could. And I heard it so clear. You could if you would. Stop comparing yourself. You're not her. You're not supposed to be you. And I was just like, I literally heard so much. And I was like, oh, and I felt it. I was like, okay, God, I hear you, I hear you, I hear you, my bad. I was like, wow, I'm sitting here all this time comparing myself, sitting here acting like I'm supposed to be. You're not, that's stupid. But we get caught up in that. So many women, and when I used to do hair, would come in there trying to be like somebody. It's okay, we're gonna be influenced. I was influenced by Whitney Houston, duh. So there are gonna be inflections that I do in my singing because that is who I studied. So you're gonna, the same thing in business. I can't stand when somebody's like, oh, they saying the same thing so-and-so saying. Well, we all getting our business stuff from the same places. So yeah, it's all the same. Most coaches do the same thing, but their experience and them is what makes it different. And certain people are gonna relate to you different. They're gonna relate to me different. So we need it all. So this notion of being the most original, that doesn't make sense. Michael Jackson's greatest influence was James Brown. If you watch James Brown, which I always watch James Brown concerts, me and my dad and my mom, we watch it all the time, and you go flip on a Michael Jackson concert, you're gonna see similarity. If you watch Beyonce and you study Michael, you will see Michael Jackson's show in Beyonce. So many people are so busy trying to not be a copycat or trying to, you're hiding yourself. You're trying to not, you know, whatever, and you're shrinking because you need to be just so original, and it's stupid. Be you, be you, be you. If there's something that you love and there's something that you desire, do it. And if you learn from other people, who cares? Elvis, really? Elvis, he literally listened to black gospel music, but guess what? It was different because he's white, and he was singing like country, pop, rock, what? And then blues, it was all the same. It's all okay. There is enough room for us all. Your talent is your talent is your talent. And it is your job to hone your talent. But you must, and you won't get it the way you want to get it if you don't be real with you. The real you is not your body, is not your name. It is your soul. And you need to align with your soul and what it is saying. And listen, the funny thing is we always say, where do we start? Start with the truth. Get a piece of paper and write. The truth is, what is the truth? It works. I do it all the time. Literally. Desires. Truth is, anytime I'm irritated with something, ideas, need to, I do this all the time. And that way I can hear the real me. The truth is, hey, I actually don't want to do this. Actually, I need to, and then I go to why. Well, why don't I want to do this? Well, why do I have that feeling? Well, where did that feeling come from? Well, what does that really mean? And just ask yourself. This is literally, it's that simple. You pay somebody to help you do that, and it's that simple. But I know we need that person because they see what we can't see. We need coaches. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But at the end of the day, you can answer your own freaking questions. Okay, I'm done. My daddy asked me to come over and type a paper. I'm like, really, Dad? So I'm going to go type the paper. So... okay, there's a lot of comments. So happy for you. God is using you. Thank you. What'd I do? Usher and Neo, Chris Brown. Chris Brown, hello. That's MJ. He's the closest MJ. Y'all know I'm a Michael Jackson fanatic. I am completely Team Mike. And Chris Breezy is the best imitation we have. And I say imitation with all due respect. I am Team Breezy all day long. I don't care what he does because he's the closest thing that I have to Michael Jackson, and I'm just gonna hold on to it. Okay, so Stephanie says, thank you, no shrinking, truth serum, absolutely love it so much. Confirmation, I'm in tears. Wow. Realign, shift myself into universe. Yes, girl, yes. I can with you. Chanel, girl, you know I love them so much. It's just so much that I really love them. Okay, I'm complete. Say that, Usher Neil. I know it was like story time mixed with randomness, but I just hope y'all understood. These are my thoughts for the morning. And so there it is. Okay, you two, let me get y'all some love. Wow, that is awesome. Remy girl, Serena, Melanie. Creativity from the soul, the deeper inside of me. That's awesome. Yes, Pilar. Roxanne, Pilar, thank you for your sweet words the other day too. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I love it. Words are creative. Exactly. No, I'm telling y'all, there's books, they talk about words. Y'all gotta look at some root words because it'll teach you. Okay, so I don't, and it's gonna take us completely off topic. I'm gonna have to do another thing about books. Maybe I should start a book club. Should I start a book club, y'all? Y'all know what kind of books I be reading? I read very fast, and my brain works in systems. So I'm always thinking, when I'm reading, my brain instantly compartmentalizes things, and I read books as reference material. That's why I read so fast, because I mean, you just get the idea, get the proof of concept, and then you just see where you can apply it. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just read so I like to just go through and find things that can help me just expand and broaden and be aware and learn and apply. So I definitely read to apply. At my desk cracking up, your energy, passion, being silly, on point. Shadell, girl, what? Hey, Chris Styles, Kareem, what's your technique for reading so many books? When I was a kid, my mom used to, I tell y'all this all the time, my mom made me read books for, I told you I get this book, Kick Your Own Ass. I've actually read this several times, but I come back to it and you can, I always just, I don't know, I just read very, I take a sheet of paper a lot of times if I can't focus, if you find your mind busy, just like, because when I used to read the encyclopedia, it was just so many words. And so I would always find myself rereading the lines over and over. I'm trying to find an empty page. I got so many pages blocked off, just hilarious. Okay, so I'll just take it and go like this. And then I just read one line at a time. Oh, can y'all see? And I just use one line. And you can learn how to speed read. I don't know, I think I learned it in school. I don't know where I learned it, but I know how to speed read. So like, I can read. On your iPhone, it shows you how many pages you can read per minute. And I have a pretty high ratio. I don't know how, it's just, it's kind of nerdy like that. So like, I can just, my brain, I know what I'm looking for, and then I just, it's strange. And I like to take notes because it helps me commit it to memory. So like, I'll read something and then I just rewrite it so that I can remember it. And then I know that it just ingrains in my brain, and then I know and trust that when I need it in business or whatever, typically I read business books, then it'll just come to me. Look at that comment. What comment? Love ya. Bye, y'all. Is that Lynn, my neighbor, girl? I used to read a lot, but as my family increased, I find that when I start reading, I fall asleep. Do audiobooks too. So like when I was really, really busy and I couldn't actually do physical books, I have a lot more time now, so I do a lot of physical books because I really love to write all over the book, like for real. I write all over the book. I highlight, I pinch the pages. I love to just literally write all over the book. So, but when you can't do that, just get you Audible. Audible is amazing. Oh, my iPad died. But I have so many books on Audible, it's not even funny. And I have so many books on Kindle. So like when I travel out the country, I'm always like, I want to take all my library, because books, I just feel like they're my power. But I can't, because I only carry a carry-on. So I may take one book that I'm just obsessed with at the moment. I need to feel the pages, because I am very much like that. I like to feel the pages. But, yeah, Kindle is amazing because you can download 1 million books. Okay, let me read the comments. Thank you, bye-bye. On my way to work, traffic is crazy. I had to write down Why do not want to drive to work anymore? Because it's dangerous and very stressful. Oh. So, work from home. Can you work from home? I mean, I think style is the way. If you have a nice area for clients to go, don't be uptown and have somebody where you got roaches and stuff and a bunch of kids running around. But if you have a nice, clean area that you can make fabulous. I used to work from home in LA and I loved it. My clients loved it. They paid very high dollar and it was fabulous. So I am not the stylist to be like, no, that's unprofessional. It's not. It's really not. I feel like books are my power too. Never knew how to articulate that. Lita, see girl, we here, girl. He sure did. What you talking about, Chris Brown? I used to read a lot. Okay, I answered that already. Okay. Danielle, I am so glad that this helped you this morning. And I wasn't gonna go live because I was hungry. But I just opened up a juice and came on to live. Let me look at the comments. Sorry, y'all. Y'all keep saying, oh my, I am that I am. Greater works I will do. Period. There we go. Drops the mic. You're on fire with it. That's how I know it's genuine and real. So much confirmation. Thank you. Love you, girl. Your energy is infectious. When I finally share my story / TED Talk, man, hide in my voice forever. There we go. I'm in my just cracking up. I am that I am that I am. Yes. I'm telling y'all, like, I am, no comma, just period. Thank you, Shadell. That's what I'm talking about. It's all doable. Yes. So my point with all the stories, I hope it connected. Like, my point is, you're always just right there. You're always right there. And you got to hold the space and be clear on what you want and understand that it comes from within. And so just be cool and hold the space for what you desire and combat those fears as they come up. Things are going to come up and say you're not good enough, you're not qualified, people are going to reject, but you've got to work through that and go back to the truth. The truth is I am qualified. The truth is I can do it. The truth is I am that I am that I am. And you keep aligning and you keep making faith moves. Now, I am not the person who says sit around and meditate. You have to, you got to get your mind right, and then you got to take action that you're inspired to take. And you will find yourself in these places. For example, I wasn't supposed to go to New Orleans. I just happened to go. I was inspired to go ahead and go. I had been contemplating it, but then here I am at the Bobby Brown party, tearing the party up with the BET executives. Who knew? I just made the Whitney Houston video just because. And then here's this hologram company calling me. And really, if I really wanted to do it, and if I just keep going forward, but I would always stop because I got in my way. I got in my way because as a man thinking in his heart, so is he. I thought that I wasn't good enough. And now I just know. Some of you guys have watched me for a long time and you guys see me doing live performances. For example, I saw somebody say something at Speaking Right. Even at Speaking Right, I'm kind of toned down because that's a conference for speakers and stuff and there's no, I ain't got my stuff, right? But even from watching me at the Speaking Right to now, you see that she just comfortable, like she chilling. Like even the fact that Lisa had me open it up, Speaking Right, like I was like, you want me to do what? She was like, open it up. What? I don't need to do that. That's kind of crazy. Like because I just own who I am. I know who I am. I know that I know that I know that I know. I know my gift. I know my talent. I know what I'm capable of. And it's not cocky to own it. It's actually a disservice to not own it because people need it. And there it is. I guess I could need to move closer to my home. That's what I think. I don't know if I want to be here for a long time. I'm trying to buy a house. I don't know my home. Okay, paper, Nalula. You're in my mastermind, so we could talk about this. Paper. And whenever it's all jumbly and stressful, you just need to release, go back away from it. And anytime you're traffic, I had to make traffic mean something else. Traffic, if you say traffic is stressful and dangerous, that's what it shall be for you. I don't think you should say that. I think you should turn traffic into college time. Turn on some books, turn on some audio. Make this a time where you learn. Make this a time where you decompress. Make this a time where you study God. Make this something, make it mean something different. We give meaning to everything. We give meaning to everything. So you can't make traffic mean something scary and crazy because that's just cuckoo to just put that out there like that. Nope, I will not let you do that. No thanks. So delete that thought and rearrange. Put on some Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy changed my life while I was in traffic on my way to work. I'm trying to get that through my head. It's a disservice not to own it because people need it. Exactly. You guys, if I was just being all shrinky, if I was shrinking, then I wouldn't even be here. I would be saying, oh, I don't have my makeup on today, whatever. I was like, okay, girl, you got to do this live stream. And I was going to put my makeup on because I got errands to run. But then I was like, today's just a no makeup day. And everyone's just going to have to deal with it. And here we are. Like, what? Nobody got time for this. You gotta do you. You know what I'm saying? You can't be looking crazy. Don't be looking like death and whatever. But you know, get it together. Make sure you're just, you know, together. Whatever that looks like for you. And you have to show up, darling. Show up, show up, show up, show up consistently. Imperfect and consistently. It's a great combination. You should try it. Yes, Nalula. No, you cannot be talking like that because you're gonna speak something on yourself. So rearrange. I love my car. I'm so grateful for my car. I'm so grateful that I'm driving to people who want to give me money for services. I'm so grateful that I have this skill and this talent. I love this ride. I'm riding to the money. Put on some music. Everybody, man, you know that song, Getting to the Money. Whatever that song is, I don't know the words. I just like the beat. But anyway, hype yourself up. You got to be your own hype man. Period, point blank. All day long. You see how this is a lifestyle, people? One day I'm gonna have something or do something. I don't know, it's gonna shape itself because I never know, but this is the stuff that we have to do. This is the work. This is the true work. And I realize that it's just what I do before I do anything else. Literally, I didn't even hardly work this past week. And I realized I made a lot of money. And I was like, oh, this is great. Because I was focused on my work. And the work that I did do was intentional and it was great, but it was very short-lived. And I realized, oh, this is great. I get to actually enjoy my life and help people massively, and all the things work. So, and it's mental, because I get up and focus on my soul. And then I take a few steps that are in alignment with my soul. And I do this on repeat. This morning I got up, I was about to do something, and I said, I feel something there. There is some resistance. What is it? And then I said, truth is, and I just went down the list. And then this brilliant idea came to me. And I was like, oh my God. I got confidence. I feel it in my soul that that is a good aligned move. And so now I'm going to move on it. And then move when you feel the soul. Move, 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 move. Stop, don't hesitate. Don't start to call 5 people who ain't never did what you're talking about doing anyway. You see, why would you listen to people who ain't never done what you did? I'm sorry. But anyway, I'm cracking up. I needed that laugh. I'll be on my motivation videos today. I still have and love my CD from Speaking Right. Yay! That's a throwback, Shadell. I am great. I am strong, powerful, beautiful. I'm an ordinary woman, but I'm doing extraordinary things. I'm an ordinary woman with extraordinary dreams. So hear me sing on. I love it. That's on that CD. Okay, guys, I'm about to go for real. This is not supposed to be an hour. Jesus Christ. It's 11:45. I must leave this loft now and go to my father's house and try not to eat the roast beef. Okay, love you guys. See you later.